All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have something rather interesting that we have to accomplish. Our buddy Jamie, I'm sure many of you have seen, exploded himself.
In front of the block is gone.
Yeah. All good though, Jamie?
Yeah, I just breathed in them.
And a lot of stuff went big boom boom. We have been given the task of making all of this look brand new again, which I am both looking forward to and not looking forward to, because what me and Jamie kind of got going on right now is a transfer of debts. He helps me out, I help him out. This is my current, I gotta help him out. And it's gonna take a little bit of time to make all this look not, oh, that's nice. I like that. Oh, the V-band clamp has the divider in it. That's cool. Big fan. Okay, moving on. The goal is to literally make this all look brand new. There's a Gato radiator, Gato intake, so I want that and that to look like brand new polished aluminum. What we're gonna start with, because I'm blasting right now, is probably this valve cover. Because she's nasty. It's gonna take a minute. I'd rather just knock that out. So let's do it. I interrupt me cleaning Jamie's diarrhea-covered parts because for the first time ever, we have stickers on the website, and for 2 weeks only, gloves are 25% off and t-shirts are 25% off. Go to thegarageidiots.com after the video, get yourself some nice high-quality gloves, get a sticker, put it on your car, tell the entire world that you too are an idiot. That's a bad sales pitch. We should probably revisit that. So Cerakote's relatively straightforward. You get the part super clean and you spray it on. And since this was coated and soaked in oil from the engine splitting in half, we are going to bake all of these for about 30 minutes after they're up to temp. Get them to about 400 degrees. That'll burn off any oil that is soaked into the metal. Then we're gonna blast it again just to hit the surface one more time in case anything did lift. Then we're gonna clean it and then we're ready to coat. I have some wrinkle red powder that I don't really know if it's still good or not. And so we're gonna bake this at the same time, see if what I just sprinkled on there is gonna do what it's supposed to. And then if that's the case, we will blast this one more time, much like these, and then all of this will be ready to roll. Okay, that's gonna take a minute for that thing to heat up. Meanwhile, I got a new compressor because that one leaked all the oil out on the backside probably within a week, and I didn't catch it, and it said bye. And I thought, well, as much as this sucks, it'd be a good opportunity to upgrade and get something that can actually keep up with the sandblaster. And this thing is fantastic. This has break-in oil, and it's blue, and I have ran it to what I'm supposed to, and now it's time to drain it and put in some of that fancy expensive oil. All right, so this went on a little thick, and so the wrinkle effect is not really there, but you can see that if it was on thin like it's supposed to be, it would do what it was supposed to. I got this sandblaster pretty dialed in. We're gonna see how well it takes out powder coat. Not good is the answer. Okay, so now these have been sandblasted, degreased, baked, sandblasted again, and so now we have brought it over to our $1 million kitchen sink here. What we're gonna do is put some freaking dish soap on it and wash it. Most of the time, these flanges are steel. Even if this is stainless steel, these are mild steel normally. So if you are gonna wash it with water, just make sure you blow it off quick, otherwise it will start to rust. Alternative to that, like when I do cast iron, like turbo housings, I use rubbing alcohol and a Scotch-Brite instead of the dish soap and water. Voila. Just about to tape this off, get it ready to roll. Noticed three little pinholes there. These are to measure each cylinder's exhaust temperature. Based on the diameter of the pinholes and the longitude of the flow, that is probably causing Jamie to lose 0.075 pounds of boost. Ah! This thing, it's really cool, but it scares me every time, and it's never gonna not scare me. It has an auto like drain purge. Super cool. And yeah, okay. So, Dos Mas pinholes. 0.0875 pounds of boost is now the calculated loss based on the longitudinal flow of the orifice of the angle leeway. So we'll fix that, and I will be single-handedly responsible for Jamie's new fastest pass. Two more. Dos Mas pinholes, which means we are now at, let's see, 8 carry the 17, but divided by the 2 times the flow, that's on the arc. We're now at 0.099 pounds of boost. You're welcome. Before, I was kind of joking about me being responsible for his next fastest pass. There's an entire section right there that is not welded. Now I am responsible. That is definitely 0.1 pound of boost at a minimum. All right, few things real quick. One, the guy that made this manifold is 10 times the fabricator that I am, and mistakes like this happen all the time, especially when you're welding all these runners and some of them are in tight little quarters. Like, it just happens. And I've made this mistake so many times that if I counted them, I'd run out of fingers and toes. Second thing, the pinholes on the exhaust temperature bungs, one, could have been welded by someone else. Two, the pinholes themselves might not have even made it down into the manifold and might not have even been a leak. Third, they've done studies and videos on boost leaks. The size of hole that you have to actually see a loss from something like this is way bigger than the little tiny imperfections that I found. And I was just proud of myself because that's what I do. I over-exaggerate things and then I make myself seem important. Nonetheless, I'm glad we fixed them. I'm glad they're sealed up, but realistically, they probably weren't making a difference at all. Final stages before I do its final wash. This was a little, got that straightened out. When you sandblast something, it is very, very important to remove the baffles so that you can clean underneath. Jamie really liked the stock baffle. It does a good job keeping oil from shooting out of those breathers. And so I took this side off, lifted this back. I shot water up in there about 5 minutes after I saw the last piece of sand fall out, and then shot it in from all the angles, and then folded that down. So it's still gonna work as a factory baffle, but I was able to clean out the inside, and I'm confident there's nothing else in there. So that is what we had to do, clean all that up, get that the way it is, straighten that out a little bit. It's looking good. So now we can do a final wash, and then we gotta use the pain in the butt heat tape off everything we don't want powder to get in, and then we're good to go. And then we can finally move on to these disgusting pieces that are just coated and cooked in burnt stuff. Austin, look, there's a piece of his block in the radiator.
Like in the shroud?
Yeah.
Cool.
If you're new here, I don't hide my mistakes. You're probably wondering why this is raw again. Well, it's really, really cold in Colorado. This door does not seal for anything. Took the other two pieces out last night because I know it's cold. Left this one right here next to the door, and basically everywhere where the coating was a little bit thicker than the rest, it bubbled because the metal got so cold it couldn't properly cure. So tape is off, re-sandblasted it, re-washed it. We're gonna tape it off, get the same result you already saw. I'm not gonna show you, I just wanted to show you that I make mistakes and I gotta fix them and it sucks. And I already did all that without showing you guys the bubbles, because as soon as I saw it, I was like, I ain't got time for that. We still have to do things. So yeah, see, I got stuff just freaking everywhere. We got to do things all day long. For context, this is what the parts looked like 10 minutes ago in YouTube land before I spent about a week of elbow grease putting my finishing touches on them. The combination of antifreeze and oil aggressively barbecued by the flames of VTEC when Jamie's engine Epsteined itself straight down the middle, sideways. Tastefully laid out before you in my photo studio that I will later take photos with and post on Facebook and acquire tens of 20s of dollars in new business. I have our final result. So we were able to clean this with a Scotch-Brite and then just do a quick polish on it, and it brought it all back to life quite nicely. Radiator, not really a great way to really clean in there, but we cleaned it as best we can, straightened out a little bit of the fins and got it shined up. Looks good. This, I have never done wrinkle red powder coat before, and I like it a lot. Very clean, very factory, very simple. The Cerakote turned out wonderfully. Even having to redo this, it still looks great. We got all the nooks and crannies. Everything is covered quite well. We got this all covered nicely. This is all covered nice and good like. Go to PFI's channel. At some point, this will all go back on the car. They're getting the frame straightened out and all that jazz mixed up and going. I'm really trying to push Cerakote. I really enjoy doing it. I'm getting pretty dang good at it. If you guys are interested in me doing any of this for you, let me know. Powder coat, I exclusively do wrinkle red and wrinkle black. I do not do any of the fancy stuff. My setup is not good enough to do multiple layers. So these single stage colors are all I am good for at the moment. I do also do polishing if you guys are interested. Probably best way to reach me for any of this stuff is on Instagram, garage_/thingy idiots. If you have any questions about what I did, how I did it, let me know. Happy to walk you guys through the process. If I missed anything, happy to tell you guys kind of what my recipes are for all of this. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time.